So hey guys, what's up, it's your favorite cousin and I'm back with another video. So in today's video we're gonna get straight to the point like I normally always do, but I want to talk about how it's okay to choose you. And this is especially for like specific people, especially those who were once a people pleaser. And I have to admit myself, I was one of those people, but by the grace of God, I am no longer that person anymore. And I think it stems and it lacks from, you maybe missing something out of your life. Maybe, in the beginning stages, it always starts with our parents. Well, it starts with God, but then our parents, hurt, pain that has been passed down to you from your parents, from your grandparents, from your great, who knows, since the beginning of the time, since the beginning of your bloodline. But from what you can remember, let's just start off, or not from what you remember, but let's just start off with your own parents. Like, maybe if you had an absent mother or absent father, or absentee of both parents, you know what I mean? Like, whatever the case may be, somehow it affects you. And what we're born into, it affects us whether we realize it or not. And like I always say, if you have been watching my videos, when you're going through it, when you're going through childhood traumas and things of that sort, it just looks like your norm, your reality. This is what you know, this is what you were born into, so you think that it's normal. But as you grow and, as God touches your life and as he wakes you up, or as you just experience life more, you understand that, that toxicity you probably were born in, it is not how life's supposed to go. It is not how life's supposed to be, okay? So then you have a awakening, and you just try to figure out and navigate. Are you going to repeat the same cycles, or are you going to try your best, try your hardest to break the cycles? Now, you can't run from them, because you can't run from things that you have to deal with, but you have a decision to make. You can't always blame your parents, you can't always blame your mother, blame your father for what they did or what they didn't do and all this. At some point, especially when you become an adult and you start having children on your own, or even before that standpoint, you have to understand that you have to make a decision and mold and shape the person that you are going to be, okay? Not your mama, not your daddy, but who you are going to be. And that takes a lot of understanding. That takes it's draining, because you have to deal with things that you tucked away, or maybe you didn't think that actually bothered you, but it does. But whatever, the reality is this: you have to make a decision, and you begin to love people the way that you always wanted to be loved, because they're a lack thereof, okay? And everyone do not deserve your time. Everyone definitely does not deserve your love. Everyone, like, you see you have the rose colored glasses on, right? Like, you see the good and the potential in everybody. But I'm telling you, once you take those glasses off, or once you use your discernment and God, show you who these people are, it's so vital, it's so important to remove yourself as soon as possible, especially when you have been doing the work and you are becoming a better version of yourself. See, we like to go back to things that once made us comfortable, even if it is toxicity or not. It's what we're comfortable in, because it's what we were born in and what we were brought up in and what we understand, regardless if the understanding is right or not. But it takes more effort, it takes more heart, it takes more focus on God, it takes more prayer life to come out of those cycles, okay? And you just realize when you get to a point in your life where you like, I have done the work thus far. I don't believe the work is completely done, because as long as you're living, I feel as though, and this is just my own personal opinion, what your opinion is so totally different, but you're gonna always learn something, okay? As long as you have your mind is working properly, you're gonna always learn new things and new people and learn lessons in life, okay? Whether you learn the hard way or whether you learn by just observing other people, but you're going to always be learning. The learning never stops. So with that being said, you have learned enough to know that you are no longer interested in your old mentality, meaning the people that once were like you, or you just grew out of them. Let's just be honest. You grew out of a lot of things and a lot of people. Not to say that you're better than someone or you are this or that, but because God has pulled you out, because you have came to him, because you put your pride to the side, because you laid your burdens down, because you realized you couldn't do it by yourself. So you had no choice but to go to God. And a lot of people don't understand that. They just see you and they see your life, and now they think that you're but you gotta understand, you just have outgrown those people. And those people can be anybody, people that's closest to you. If they have the same mentality, mindset, you want to be far away from it, because you are no longer there anymore. You desire more, whether more mean mentally, spiritually, financially, a new environment, a new state, a new job, a new career, like anything, a new relationship, a healthier relationship, better friendships, whatever that may be. You yearn for something different because you have done the work. It's not to say that they can't get there, or like I said, you think that you're better than them. They just haven't put in the work. And while you were uncomfortable being in dysfunction, they have gotten comfortable and content. The difference between you and them is you didn't get content. They did. So they will look at you as a threat, because you're no longer people pleasing, because you're no longer the yes man, because you speak up for yourself, because you can read them up and down, okay? You can tell them exactly what they're doing or what they plan on doing to you, and a lot of people are scared of that. They know that it's something on you or in you, but you're giving grace but God has given you grace, and you have been giving glory to God because you have that gift. So I just want to say this: stop pleasing people that are stuck in your old mentality. Stop pleasing people, period. Of course, when you love somebody and you care for them, yes, you want to take care of them. Yes, you want to be there for them. Yes, you want to be available as much as possible, but don't ever forget who you are and what God has brought you through. And then your mentality has changed, so everything around you in your life is going to change, meaning your finances is going to change, because maybe you went back to school and got that degree you always wanted, or maybe you started that business that God has been nudging you and telling you to start, or maybe, whatever the case may be, you start to elevate. And then when you elevate, you look better, you feel better, you dress better, you go to better places, you be around different people with the same mentality as you, because guess what? They have done the work to get there, and you have too. But at the end of the day, God has blessed you in a surrounding group of people who does not have that bottom of the barrel mentality like you once had. So anytime you try to revolt or go back to that type of mindset, you're going to always clash with these type of people, because you have outgrown it and you just haven't realized it yet. It takes you to understand that you're better than that. Yes, sometimes you're better than those conversations. Yes, sometimes you're better than that petty argument. Sometimes you're better than that disrespectful, type of encounter, So if you are there, if you're putting the work, may God be with you. I pray nothing but the best for you. I want you to be patient. I want you to understand that God didn't bring you to a different mindset just to allow you to suffer, just so that you can be, you know, better than everyone else around you, or whatever the case may be. What you don't understand is you are encouraging people that pretend not to see you. You are working your way. Oh, sorry, y'all. This light was kind of crazy. But you are working your way into better environments. And when you do get there, don't question or have low self-esteem because you're saying, I came from this, or I used to be that. I don't deserve to walk in this room. You do deserve to walk in that room. You walk in the room with your head held high because guess what? God brought you to that place. And if he brought you there, you deserve to be there. But first you have to detach and let go of stupidity things that you no longer have time for. Okay, so stop people pleasing